Welcome to a demonstration of the Rome 4 Interactive Clinical Decision Toolkit. This new intelligent software system is designed to help practitioners achieve optimal clinical outcomes by helping them navigate through the sophisticated and complex Rome 4 functional GI disorder diagnostic and treatment protocols. Using any browser-enabled device, physicians and clinicians can interact visually with the Rome algorithms. From the main dashboard, we can choose to learn or refresh our knowledge of a particular diagnostic or treatment component from the Rome 4 series. We can also choose to navigate these integrated protocols end-to-end, for instance starting with the diagnostic process and working through treatment options using the MDCP to reach the final outcome. Let's begin by selecting bowel disorders. When we click on Bowel Overview, the information panel opens, and we can see general information from the Rome 4 algorithms about this particular disorder. This content is identical to what you would find in the traditional Rome 4 algorithms booklet. This information panel is easily resizable, scrollable, and can be closed or opened as needed. Next, we'll select Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Note the breadcrumb elements that allow us to navigate back to any previous level. The elements with color match exactly the workflow layout from the traditional Rome 4 algorithms. Now let's start navigating through the protocol. The first step is the patient's history and physical exam. Clicking this box pops up a prompt, while again the information panel slides open with relevant content. We'll select Completed. Notice the circle on this path has changed from gray to blue to show you it was selected, and the border around this element thickens to show that it's been answered. The next step asks if any alarm features were identified, and we'll answer yes. Notice some elements are now faded because they're eliminated from the possible next steps based on our choosing yes. We can always change our answer if we made a mistake. For example, by clicking on the element again, we'll choose no this time, and you'll see our path change. We'll click the next element and choose yes. Alternatively, you can just click the circle after a decision point to select it, which we'll do for the next few, and then we'll complete this diagnosis by identifying IBS-C as the disorder. As soon as we've made that last selection, the system pops up a summary report of the decisions and pathway that we took. You can review the summary or copy and paste it into another application. Now we're done with diagnosis, we can move on to treatment, a major component of the MDCP. The first category is psychological and social factors. We'll answer the initial few questions. If you were to click yes to anxiety predominant, you would go to algorithms that help in the management of the anxiety and depression treatment strategies using medication and behavioral treatments, as shown here. For this case, we will assume no anxiety or depression and go on to the medical treatment. Note once again that we can always navigate backwards if we want to. And for a more complex algorithm like this, we can move the information around by clicking and dragging on the background, or resizing by scrolling. Here's the contextual information on IBS-C. Let's choose the appropriate answers for our needs. Here are some multiple choice treatment pop-ups. And then after we answered this question, we know we're dealing with mild IBS-C, so let's pull up the information panel for IBS-C again and scroll down to find links to the full MDCP reference for this treatment. And we can click to open that PDF and research further as needed. Let's move on to the next treatment step and monitor the outcomes. And once we've answered all the questions leading to a complete treatment assessment, the system once again generates our algorithm summary showing the entire path we took, end to end, including the steps taken on earlier sections. Now that we've completed the full pathway for our particular case, we might want to go back to a higher level, and the system will recall where we've been and will highlight pathways we've already completed. This is especially useful if you're using the toolkit not for live treatment, but as a means of refreshing your knowledge in various disorders. If you want to see the detailed history of the answers you provided, click the History button in the upper right.